Today we're going to be looking at a script of Mars. I chose to do Mars because it's been a planet that's fascinated me for a while. Um, I'll get into some of the stuff during this screencast, but it is smaller than Earth, but there are a lot of different features, and they're very similar to Earth. Its patterns are very similar. As you can see, it says down here that they have a very comparable 24-hour day, similar seasons, and it's a very similar atmosphere. So as you can see on the screen, this is the North Pole of Mars. Um, it is a large area of ice, but um, it is also very small considering the size of the planet. It's also going to shift over here down to the South Pole and show you that the South Pole also is covered in ice, but is very small compared to the North Pole. Some other things that are interesting about Mars is that we have found that there's traces of water um, and traces of flowing water specifically on Mars. That's something that is very interesting about this planet. Here we see Olympus Mons. It is a volcano, and it's actually the largest in our entire solar system. When you look at the volcanoes we have on Earth, it is very spectacular to think that there are volcanoes that are bigger than that. But this is not the only volcano on Mars' surface. There are actually more, as you will see over here, down on the bottom right. I will shift over here. These are three other volcanoes that Mars has. And these are all also very big. It's going to list them from top to bottom here. You have Ascreus Mons, that's the very top one. And the middle one is Pavonis Mons. And I'm sorry if I pronounce these wrong. I'm not really good at pronouncing some scientific words like this. And then the bottom one is Arcia Mons. This is the Valles Marinaris. This is the trace that I was talking about of running water that they have found on Mars. There's currently no running water right now, but there are traces that there were running water because of the way the valley was formed. As you can see from this picture, it is kind of blurry, but it does look like some sort of a river system that once had water. That says that this is big enough that it spanned from the furthest part of New York to the furthest part of Los Angeles, just in this valley right here. Now this is the face of Mars. Quite honestly, I don't really see it. I guess it kind of looks like a face, but to me, I don't really see it. Um, it does just look like a Martian landscape, as it says down there on the script. But yeah, I mean, I guess I can kind of see a face, but not really. And as for the Roddenberry crater, um, I'm not a big Star Trek fan, so I don't really know that reference. I'm more of a Star Wars fan myself. But yeah, that is the crater there. And here we see the Heinlein crater. And this crater right here is called the Gusev crater. This is the home of the Spirit rover. As of 2004, this script is running in 2004 for the time, as you can see at the top right. And now we're going to go over to see what the other Mars rover location is, which is the Meridiani Planum. This is where the Opportunity Mars rover is. I've always been kind of fascinated with the way they can get to this planet and how these rovers can just stay here for so long, depending on like the power they have and just their ability to bring pictures back to us from Mars. Here's the Phobos moon. It doesn't really look like a moon. Looks like a asteroid to me. In my opinion, there are a lot of craters in this moon. You can tell it's taken a lot of impact. And then, as you can see, the craters are fairly large considering the size of the moon. This right here is the Stickney crater. This is the impact on this crater. Nearly destroyed the Phobos moon. And this is the Kepler dorsum. It is this ridge right here where the X is. And then on the bottom of the moon right here is the Hall crater. And this is just Todd. I think it's kind of a weird name for a crater. Now we're going to go to the other moon called Deimos. And as you'll see, this moon is also oddly shaped, but more smooth than Phobos. You can tell that it hasn't taken as much impact because of this. Some craters here. This one's called Voltaire. It's a very shallow crater. And this one is Swift. One thing I've also been really fascinated with was just the reason behind some of these names. It's just kind of weird to me how they name some of these moons and these craters and stuff like that. I mean, I know a lot of it has to do with mythology, but yeah, Mars has been very fascinating to me, and I believe in the future it could be possible that if our Earth was to become unstable and we were not able to live there, that we could possibly live on Mars. That's the reason why I chose this script, and that's one of the reasons why it's so fascinating to me. I want to thank you for watching this and letting me talk to you about a little fascinating planet called Mars. Thank you.